Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bugger and I am coming at you with the unsung hero of the ARAM, and this time it'll be Kassadin. We're gonna have a late connection in in Lulu, not too late. We also have Gnosis, Lysandra, and Ash. Opposing team, of course, is Garen, Annie, Nunu, Karma, and Kale. Now, at first, things are not going to go well for my team. But that's all going to change off two things that's going to allow me to carry the early and mid game, which will allow the carry to be switched off to somebody else in the late game. Now, what's going to hurt the other team? Most important, both Nunu and Garen are going to build for damage. They're going to build for damage early on. They're not going to build for survival. This is going to help them in the early game, but come the mid and later times of the game when stronger builds start coming up, it's going to start backfiring on them because they have no one to peel. They have nobody that can absorb a lot of damage. They have no one that can be out there in front and, be that meat shield. With us, on the other hand, we have Gnosis. Gnosis, although going more bruiser than tank, that is going to be his benefit. He's going bruiser. So he will have his natural tankiness, which Gnosis is naturally tanky to begin with, and he will have his build, which will give him more tanking, but he'll also build some damage in there so he can be a true threat. Like I said, it's going to go poor for us for a little while. Kassadin's a decent poke, but he uses up mana much too fast. And yeah, here we go. Ash, who doesn't know how to fall back, ends up getting first blooded. Our Ash just tends to kind of plant her feet and stand there, but whatever. So turn that down a little bit more in my ears. Yeah, and there we go. Lysandra goes down. The problem with Kassadin is the problem with a lot of APs is that he eats through mana. And actually, he eats through mana a lot faster than a lot. That's because he's got ways to get it back. That doesn't help him in ARAMs, though. I believe he has the ability... Yeah, Kassadin's basic attack, draw energy from the void, restoring 8 mana per hit. Yeah, you're not going to be doing that in an ARAM like this. Did I call it? I think that's right. I had this nasty habit of calling it AMRAM, and I'm actually trying to get myself off that. So now when I say ARAM, I actually sit and think, was that right? But anyways, I went with the default build that the game showed, just to try it. And that's the Philo Stone, level 1 boots, a Fairy Charm, and I believe 3 health potions. And I didn't like it. I feel I'd have been much better off going for a Catalyst Protector and 5 potions, a very typical opening for me on any kind of AP champion. The Catalyst Protector gives me tankiness to start, plus it gives me sustain every time that I level. Oof, I want Garen, but it's not going to happen. We're going to lose 2. And I go too far. I honestly thought I got away from Karma, but no. At this point, I'm thinking that nothing good is going to come of this. So, in all due honesty, I don't buy anything. Not because I want to be a jerk, but because I'm thinking, probably get killed again pretty soon, and I'm close to a needlessly large rod. So that's what I'm going to get. And yeah, 2 executions. And so Garen and Kale get to keep any streak they're on, which is really bad. So yeah, the Catalyst Protector I think would have been much better. However, hindsight being 2020, as, you know, look where Ashe positions herself, you know? Right where she can take tower shots and get destroyed. And Lissandra's gonna die. Although Gnosis picked up a double kill. And I don't know what Lulu was thinking. Now here is gonna be the start. Here's gonna be the start of me being able to carry mid. And that's Garen's dove too far. He's gonna take 2 tower shots. Lucky to me, and I'm gonna get a shutdown. Just waiting for Kale's invulnerability to die off, and I get Tibbers to the face, but I just go on Kale knowing that Ashe will get the kill on this one. Not that she deserves it. But, I mean, okay, yeah, look. Yeah. But that shutdown allows me to get my needlessly large rod. So, now I'm sporting some damage. Now Annie's on a rampage. I know Annie's health's not great. So right at this point I'm focusing her. I want to kill Annie. I want to go for another shutdown. These shutdowns are important. I'm level 6, so I have high mobility. And I start playing Kassadin much like I play a lot of the champions that I play in ARAMs. I see Annie, and I get stunned, but I still get the shutdown. So yes, there was a lot of assists and a kill on me, but I got another shutdown. I got a lot more gold for killing her than Nunu got for killing me. And that allows me to get a blasting wand. Or blasting, is it wand or rod? I can never remember. Wand. Blasting wand. So yeah, Kassadin plays perfect into my playstyle. Being in the back, picking my shots. And, yeah, nice Lulu ult. Being in the back, picking my shots, looking for cherry picks. Now, I was saying, hindsight being 2020, if I had gone with the Catalyst Protector first, I would have gone for the Rod of Ages, as I managed to get Annie again. And I'm trying to target Garen, but I can't. There we go. Get a nice double kill on Garen as I start steamrolling this damage into something. But yeah, I would have built the Rod of Ages, and I wouldn't have had the damage that a Rabadon's gives me. So in a sense, going this build actually helped because it allowed me to rush a death cab. But would that have made all the difference? I mean, would not have I... Let me just put it like this. Would have I... Bear with me. Even my wife is finding this funny. As I talk myself into a corner. Oh, stop it. Would I have had enough damage with the Rod of Ages to be just as effective as I'm being now with a needlessly large rod and a blasting wand? That's what I was trying to say. Shut up. My wife, the peanut gallery, folks. So, again, cherry picking. Bam. Pick up karma. A lot of champions can cherry pick, but Kassadin excels at it. Just for his ability to jump forward suddenly and unleash a lot of burst damage in just 2 abilities. That means a big difference. Now, we're still down 5 kills, and we're still down about 800 gold. But we're starting to make them hurt. You see, Garen is going for the Black Cleaver first. Nunu's built the Chalice, which does have some magic resist, but still is not a tanky item. So there's not a lot of health soaking ability on their side. Damage soaking. It's just not my day. But I'm going to roll with it. So now we've got them pushed back in their tower as we kill other ones. You see, just look how far Kale got chunked out. Almost.
Lead the way.
I was just shy of hitting Garen right there. I'm looking to pick off Garen and yoink. That was actually luck because I was aiming for somebody else and Garen just happened to walk into my teleport. As Gnosis goes ham and he's going to pay for it. As I pick off Nunu. And I wanted Annie, but the kill went to Lulu, so... I'm coming back to help on the tower because, yeah, karma's real low. And I pick up another cherry pick and I've already gotten godlike. And unfortunately I get shut down at that point. But still, if you consider it, and Gnosis a little too far again, if you consider that I started out 0 and 1, and then I was 1 and 2, and then 2 and 3, now I'm 9 and 4. So I've got a lot of damage built in. I've already picked up the Death Cap, and I've already picked up the Catalyst Protector. But there is a mistake in my build right now, and that mistake is the Goddess tier. The only way to effectively charge the Goddess tier with Kassadin is to spam your teleport, your R. That's not how I play Kassadin. So it doesn't charge well for me. And actually ends up becoming a bit of a useless item except in the terms of mana regen. So to me it was a mistake for me to pick it up. Maybe it'll work for other people, but when it comes to Kassadin, I really think you can avoid the Goddess tier on the ARAM and go with something else. Anything else. And you see Gnosis here. He's got a Sheen, he's got an Aegis, he's got a Kindle Gem. So he's got some survivability, he's got some tankiness, he's got sustain. He's becoming our later game carry. Right now it's just a term of dancing around their tower. Go. I'm running away too far. I've become skittish in this game, and that's a real detriment to me. Is yeah, not gonna let Kale get away, and we're actually gonna get the first tower. Now it's not always true, but I find most of the time the team that takes down the first tower first is usually the team that wins. Now I want to die here, but I actually know in my head it's not going to happen. That somebody's going to be back before the tower can kill me because I have too much health. So I end up backing off, and I only lose about a third, maybe a quarter of my health total. And we decide to back up because there's only 3 of us. We're hurt, and they're all spawning up, so we want to fall back to our turret. Now, ooh, shut down on Lulu. Very wasted ulti on Nunu's part. There was nobody in it except for Gnosis, and Gnosis was almost dead. And that's why Lulu died. Yeah, I'm able to move out a little too fast. Able to just put a little damage on him, and he's done. She came in too close, and I missed my slow there. And big mistake right there. big mistake. With all the slows they have, that was a huge error on my part. And even though they get Ash, now there's a big Gnosis in there. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to do much. He really can't 1v5. Although he did a good job of holding them off the tower. And now they're all badly hurt. They're going for executions, but yeah, not long enough. Alright. Let me give you the amateur tip of the day here. 10 seconds. You have to wait 10 seconds before you can let yourself be executed, or the kill will go to whoever hit you last. It's that simple. Now, I have picked up the Rod of Ages second, and I've picked up a amplifying tome. I looked at my Rod of Ages and went, I mean, not my Rod of Ages, I looked at my Goddess tier and went, ooh, this is charging really slow, and I knew right away that I had made a big mistake. So, bad Rift walk in, but it doesn't negatively affect me. Kassadin's mobility is... It's big on the ARAM map, but it's not as big as Summoner's Rift because there's not many tricks you can pull, you know, that doesn't involve an obvious, you know, jump from the side or from the back line. You can't jump over walls. You know, you can't come out and truly surprise attack people. So it's not as important. It's still very important, don't get me wrong, but for Kassadin it's not as important as it is on like Summoner's Rift or something of that nature. And I chunk out Nunu, and yeah, Nunu completely wastes his hold. Apparently Ash wants to go toe-to-toe again. Sandra will pick up a nice double kill. And the kill goes to Gnosis with a nice assist from me chunking out her health. And you can see now that things have really, truly turned against the opposing team at this point. They don't have that tankiness. They don't have somebody that can peel. They can't absorb a lot of damage. Yes, Garen has gone a couple good, strong magic resist items, but it's not enough. He doesn't have the health to back it up. And in terms of Gnosis and Ash, he has no armor. So he's doing a lot of damage, but that's it. I should not have Rift walked away at that point. But in the end, it actually turns out to be a good idea. I wanted to slow Garen down, didn't happen, so yeah, Ash is going to die. Gnosis is pinging for help, but I'm not going back to do that. Because yeah, sure, you can maybe get Karma or the other two, but there's a lot of them there. I'd rather fall back with Lulu and defend our tower. You know, Lyssandra's coming, she's not that far away. Yeah, we may lose our tower, but we're going to put out some damage on them. We're going to make them pay. I get stunned, but I'm able to Rift walk out, and there's another wasted ulti from Nunu. That's something that's really hurting them as well. Ash Arrow comes flying in and completely whiffs everybody. I have almost no health, yeah, so I am going to die. But there we go, the opposing team gets aced. Again, lacking that damage, lacking that sustain versus like Gnosis and, you know, Lysandra, let's see. Oh, she's got a lot of damage. You know, there's just a lot of burst damage on this team between Lysandra and myself. There's a lot of sustained damage, even though it's the weirdest frickin' build I've ever seen. Ash with Muramana, a Banshee's Veil, and 2 BF swords with Merc Treads. Just, I'm not even gonna go there. But, you know, Lulu does have damage. Lysandra has damage. Gnosis is dangerous. I have damage. They don't have the ability to soak it. Although they do get a double kill with Annie. That's not hard to do with Tibbers. rift walking away, making sure to pick up the health sigils along the way so that they can't. I'm going to need an ice ball from Nunu, but that's not a big deal. So I picked up the Void Staff because I did notice that Garen had Merc Treads and he had this Spirit Visage. So he does have a fair amount of magic resist. And I want to make sure I can cut through that. He has finally picked up a Giant's Belt. I believe he's going for Ash Arrow again, which actually will hit someone, but not result in anything. But I believe he's going for a Frozen Mallet, but it's too late. You know, it's too late. We have too much damage already. His team cannot stand up to my team. He did good early on, and Kale has done really well. But now that it's in the late game, we're easily able to push them back. Easily able to just drive them backwards as we pick on poor Karma. Ash is going to get spun on. I'm just waiting for cooldowns. And there we go. He goes down. Kale goes down. That's 4 down. The whole team's ace at this point. 5 down. So at this point, it's a foregone conclusion just to push the turrets and finish it off. Now, before that happens, let me go and recap real quick. Getting the shutdown on Garen was huge for me. It gave me a much needed boost. It gave me a needlessly large rod. Even though I had to sacrifice myself to do it, getting the shutdown on Angie was another big boost. That gave me enough damage to be a very strong bursting force at the early point of the game. That allowed me to be dangerous, that allowed me to get people to back off, and that allowed me to cherry pick kills of people who were in the back, low health, by using my Rift Walk to completely circumvent, jump over the rest of the team, and hit that person in the back. The lack of a true tank on the opposing team really hurt them. They didn't have a Gnosis who could just dive the squishies and be that danger. Garen, when he tried to dive our squishies, would often get severely chunked out. Same with Kale, same with Nunu. Nunu missing ults left and right was a true detriment to the opposing team. And despite an Ashe build that I have no idea where it comes from, and I hope I never see it again, she didn't do horrible. 8 and 11. I had an Ashe game recently. I got totally shat on. So, kudos to her. 12, 6, and 17. I was able to semi-carry to carry in the early game. And then we were able to just close it out in the later game with Gnosis being that upfront force. And we pulled ahead in kills. We pulled way ahead in gold. It was just a matter of time, and they paid for it. What else can you say? Kassadin's mobility, although strong, not as important as picking your shots. Jump in, do your damage, try and get out. Until next time, folks, this one Big Bugger signing out. Oops, wrong button. And I shall see you next time.